We're counting down the 10 best pest-proofing tricks that protect your plants. No sprays, just simple barriers you can set up in minutes. From lightweight covers that keep bugs at bay to clever fencing that blocks out bigger wildlife, every entry offers a proven method to stop pests before they strike. Whether you want to shield delicate seedlings, defend fruit from hungry birds, or outsmart stubborn slugs, these physical solutions are safe for pets, kids, and the environment. Which trick will claim the top spot for everyday garden protection? Let's reveal each ranked barrier, starting with number 10. In the 10th place, row cover offers a simple shield for leafy beds, just a light floating fabric stretched over hoops and anchored at the edges. This barrier works by blocking flying insects like cabbage moths and flea beetles before they can land and lay eggs, so damage never gets a chance to start. Setup is quick. Drape the cover over waist-high hoops or a raised bed, then peg or weigh down all sides to seal out pests. Trials in brassica beds show that sealing the edges can cut leaf damage by 60 to 95%, leaving greens nearly flawless even during heavy outbreaks. Row covers are safe for pets and kids, no sharp edges or toxic parts, and they're easy to lift for watering or harvest. The main thing to remember is to open or remove the cover once your crops start to flower, so pollinators can get in. For best results, check after heavy wind or rain and adjust the pegs if needed. Number 9, fine insect netting steps up protection by screening out even the tiniest bugs. Think aphids, whiteflies, and flea beetles without a drop of spray. This barrier uses a knitted multi-strand mesh stretched tight over hoops or frames so pests can't squeeze through. To set it up, drape the netting over your supports, then clip or peg the edges firmly to the ground. For wildlife safety, always use netting with a mesh smaller than 5 millimeters. If your finger fits, it's too big. And choose white for visibility so birds and small mammals can see and avoid it. The finger test is the quick way to check. If your fingertip can't pass through, you're safe for wildlife and stopping most pests. Fine netting works best for leafy greens and brassicas, blocking butterflies and other micro-invaders, but it's still easy to lift for watering or harvest. For maintenance, inspect daily for sagging or gaps, especially after storms, and tighten or repeg as needed to keep the barrier snug and safe. In 8th place, copper tape offers a simple, chemical-free way to keep slugs and snails out of potted plants and raised beds. The trick lies in wrapping a continuous band of copper tape, at least 2.5 to 4 centimeters wide, around the rim of each pot or the edge of a bed, pressing it flat so there are no gaps or overlaps. Slugs and snails are deterred by the tape's surface. When their slime touches the metal, it creates a mild, unpleasant tingle, and most will turn away before crossing. For best results, always install the tape on a clean, dry surface and make sure no mulch, leaves, or soil bridges over the band. Any debris can give pests a free pass. Field trials show copper tape blocks about 60 to 80% of slugs in real gardens, but only if the tape stays shiny and unbroken. Every few weeks, wipe the tape with a rough cloth to remove tarnish and dirt, and check after rain for any new bridges or gaps. Copper tape is pet safe, easy to apply, and especially handy for container gardeners, but it does need regular maintenance to keep working at its best. Number 7. Cardboard collars offer a quick, low-cost shield for young seedlings right at the soil line. The method is as simple as slipping a ring of cardboard, often just a section of a toilet paper tube or a strip of scrap cardboard, over the stem of each seedling and pressing it about an inch into the soil. This creates a physical barrier that stops cutworms and root maggots from wrapping around and clipping the stem overnight, a problem that often wipes out entire rows if left unchecked. Extension service demonstrations consistently show that seedlings without collars are frequently severed at the base, while those with collars remain untouched and keep growing. The best practice is to insert the collar deep enough to block pests moving just below the surface, but leave enough sticking up to deter surface crawlers. Cardboard is safe for pets and wildlife, and it breaks down naturally, but it does get soggy, so check after rain and replace any collars that start to collapse. Once stems thicken up, you can remove the collars or let them decompose into the soil. Number 6, hardware cloth under raised beds offers a tough, long-term defense against burrowing pests like voles, gophers, and moles. The method is simple. Before filling your bed, lay a sheet of half-inch galvanized mesh across the bottom, making sure it covers edge to edge. Staple the mesh tightly to the frame, then fold or cap any sharp edges with duct tape or plastic strips, so there's nothing to snag hands or paws. Once the soil goes in, the mesh forms a hidden shield that blocks tunnels from below. Roots can grow right through, but rodents can't chew past the metal barrier. Extension service logs show that in gardens with heavy vole pressure, root survival jumped from about 50% to 95% after installing hardware cloth at build time. That's a huge difference for crops like carrots, potatoes, and beets, which often disappear underground without warning. This is a one-time effort that can protect for years, but it's worth checking the perimeter each season for signs of digging or missed corners. For safety, always double-check that no sharp wires are left exposed where pets or kids might play. Hardware cloth is a bit more work up front, but the payoff is nearly pest-free harvests without traps, baits, or sprays. In the 5th place, bird netting on frames gives fruit crops a fighting chance against hungry birds without using any sprays or scare tactics. The process is straightforward. Stretch fine, white netting tightly over a simple frame, like an A-frame or curved hoops, so it sits well above your strawberries or berry bushes, then peg or weigh down all the edges to the ground. This creates a physical barrier that blocks birds from reaching ripe fruit, while leaving the plants plenty of room to grow. Studies on strawberry beds show that when the net is pulled taut and the edges are sealed, bird pecking drops by as much as 85% compared to uncovered crops, and the fruit stays intact all the way to harvest. For best results, always check that the netting is tensioned enough to bounce back if pressed, with no sagging or loose spots where birds could get tangled. A daily glance is usually enough. Remove the net right after picking the last fruit, both to protect wildlife and to let your plants breathe. Bird netting on frames is a simple, high-reward step for any gardener tired of losing berries to the local flocks. Number 4, rabbit and deer fence brings the focus to large animal exclusion with a solution that covers the entire garden perimeter. The principle is straightforward. Stretch rigid metal mesh fencing around your plot, choosing mesh small enough at the bottom, no larger than 1.25 inches, to block even the youngest rabbits, and building the height up to at least 7.5 or 8 feet for deer. Posts are sunk deep at corners and along runs. The mesh is unrolled and attached with sturdy wire or clips, and the base is either buried or angled outward to stop rabbits from digging under. For deer, adding a line of white flagging tape or visible markers along the top makes the barrier easier for them to spot, cutting down on jump attempts and injuries. Camera trials show that while 6-foot fences are often cleared by deer, an 8-foot build with top markers blocks about 98% of deer from entering, making this the most reliable non-chemical defense for fruit trees and vegetable beds in deer country. Gates are a common weak point, so always check that they latch securely and that no gaps open up at the ends or corners. While the upfront cost and effort are higher than bed-level barriers, a well-installed fence can protect for years with only seasonal checks for holes, loose wires, or storm damage. For safety, add bright markers at human eye level to prevent accidental collisions, and always confirm local fence rules before building. This is the gold standard for keeping deer and rabbits outside the garden line. No sprays needed. Coming to the top 3, trunk guards for trees offer a simple way to protect young fruit and nut trees from gnawing pests, especially over winter when food is scarce and bark becomes a target. The method is straightforward. Wrap a plastic spiral or mesh guard loosely around the base of each trunk, starting just above the soil and securing the lower edge so nothing can slip underneath. It's important to leave a small gap between the guard and the bark. This allows the tree to grow without restriction and prevents moisture from building up against the trunk. Real-world footage from urban orchards shows a clear difference. Trees with guards keep their bark intact, while unprotected trunks often show deep chew marks or even full girdling where rodents or rabbits have stripped the bark all the way around. This kind of damage can kill a young tree in one season, but a properly installed guard blocks mice, voles, and rabbits from reaching the tender bark. For ongoing protection, check the fit of each guard every spring. Make sure it hasn't become too tight as the tree expands, and clear away any debris that might pile up at the base. Most plastic and mesh guards are safe for pets and wildlife, and they can be reused year after year with only minor adjustments. This is a low-effort, high-impact step for anyone growing perennials. Set it up once, and your trees will stand a much better chance against winter gnawing. In second place, a greenhouse screen door makes a dramatic difference for anyone growing under glass or plastic. The principle is simple. Fit a fine mesh screen tight to the frame over every door and vent so flying pests like fungus gnats and whiteflies can't slip inside. Installation usually means swapping your standard door for a screen version or hanging a magnetic closing mesh panel. No tools needed except a few screws or clips, and many models use a magnetic strip so even hands-full gardeners or those with grip issues can open and close it easily. The key is a snug fit all the way around, especially at the bottom, where gaps let in the first wave of gnats and flies. Once installed, the effect is almost immediate. In Sonoma last spring, a small greenhouse tracked a surge of fungus gnats and whiteflies after leaving the door propped open for just 3 days. After adding a tight mosquito screen door and swapping out sticky cards inside, pest counts dropped by about 90% within a week, confirmed by weekly color card checks. That's a huge win for seedlings and houseplants, which often struggle with pest outbreaks in enclosed spaces. For ongoing protection, sweep or vacuum the mesh weekly to keep dust and pollen from clogging the screen. This keeps airflow strong and stops pests from sneaking through weak spots. If you use sticky cards to monitor for pests, always keep them inside the greenhouse and never outdoors, since glue traps can harm beneficial insects and even small birds if used outside. A well-fitted screen door is one of the most effective, pet-safe, and chemical-free ways to keep indoor gardens healthy, and a quick check of the closure each day is all it takes to keep the barrier working. No sprays, no fuss, just a clean, pest-free growing space. And finally, in first place, the Mulch Barrier Plus Collars delivers the most universal, low-effort shield for everyday pest and disease problems. No sprays, just a tidy ring of mulch and a simple collar for each seedling. The idea is straightforward. Spread a thick layer of straw, bark, or leaf mulch in a wide circle around your plants, but always leave a small gap right at the stem. This ring blocks soil from splashing up onto the leaves during rain or watering, which is a major source of leaf spots and rot, and it keeps crawling pests like slugs and snails from getting a free ride up muddy stems. For seedlings or crops that tend to get clipped or chewed at ground level, slip a cardboard or plastic collar around the base. Just press it gently into the soil so it stands up firm but doesn't squeeze the stem. These collars act as a fence for cutworms and crawling bugs, stopping them before they can reach tender shoots. Community garden demos show that when gardeners use mulch rings and collars together, leaves stay noticeably cleaner and there's a sharp drop in splash-related diseases, even after heavy rain. The setup takes only a few minutes per plant. Lay down the mulch, set each collar, and double-check that no mulch or debris is touching the stem, since that can invite rot or let pests bridge across. For ongoing success, make it a habit to check the mulch edge once a week. Just smooth out any gaps, top up thin spots, and replace soggy collars as needed. This method is safe for pets and wildlife, costs almost nothing, and works for nearly every crop, from lettuce to tomatoes to fruit trees. If bending is tough or hands are sensitive, a long-handled scoop or trowel makes mulch placement easy, and pre-cut collars can be kept in a bucket at the ready. By combining mulch with stem collars, you're setting up a baseline defense that quietly blocks disease splash and crawling pests day after day, without chemicals or gadgets. For anyone wanting a garden that's cleaner, healthier, and easier to manage, especially beginners and seniors, this is the habit that ties all the other barriers together. Proof that prevention works. No sprays needed. From simple cardboard collars to the universal mulch barrier, our countdown of 10 pest-proofing tricks proves that you don't need sprays to protect your plants, just the right barriers in the right places. Across all 10 entries, a clear pattern emerges. Physical barriers, when installed correctly, deliver high-impact pest control with minimal effort, cost, or risk to pets, kids, and wildlife. Some of the most surprising results came from basic setups, like mulch rings and collars, which research shows can dramatically cut soil splash and crawling pest problems, while hardware cloth and perimeter fencing offer nearly total protection from burrowers and deer. The list highlights a shift toward prevention over cure, using methods that are practical for beginners and seniors alike. Every item qualified by being safe, accessible, and proven to work in real gardens, sometimes blocking up to 98% of damage. The big takeaway: with a few simple barriers, anyone can create a safer, cleaner garden. No chemicals required. Which pest annoys you most? Comment below. Protect your garden without a single spray.